Did you know that over 60% of Burkina Faso's population lives in rural areas with little to no access to electricity? Imagine the challenges they face every day. But here's the good news. Under President Ibrahim Traoré, the Yelen Rural Electrification project is lighting up these remote communities, using the power of solar energy to transform lives. In today's video, we'll explore how this game-changing initiative is not only providing power, but also offering new opportunities in education, healthcare, and business. Stick around as we dive into this incredible journey of progress. Access to electricity in rural Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso's energy challenges are not unique, yet the urgency of the situation cannot be overstated. With more than half of its population living in rural areas, the need for electricity is crucial. Unfortunately, these rural communities remain largely disconnected from the national power grid, and the impact of this disconnect is profound. According to the World Bank, less than 15% of rural households in Burkina Faso enjoy reliable electricity, leaving the majority of citizens in the dark when it comes to basic services and opportunities. This energy gap goes beyond simple inconvenience. It directly hinders educational progress, healthcare, and the growth of local businesses. The lack of electricity in rural schools means students often study by candlelight or rely on daylight alone, severely limiting their academic performance. In health centers, the absence of power means that essential medical equipment cannot be used, and life-saving procedures are carried out in suboptimal conditions. The economic impact is equally severe, with businesses unable to run efficiently due to lack of energy. Adding to the challenge is the vulnerability of rural areas to climate change. Droughts and extreme weather events are becoming more frequent, making it even harder for communities to access clean water, store food, or operate agricultural machinery. Without reliable electricity, these areas remain isolated and underdeveloped, further widening the gap between rural and urban communities. Yelen and the role of solar power. In response to these pressing challenges, the Yelen Rural Electrification Project has emerged as a game-changer. Launched by Sonabel, Burkina Faso's national energy utility, this project is set to provide solar-powered electricity to over 150 rural villages across the country. Its approach is both ambitious and innovative. By using mini-grids and standalone solar home systems, the project aims to deliver clean, renewable energy to areas that have never been connected to the national grid. Why solar? For one, Burkina Faso enjoys an abundance of sunlight throughout the year, making it a prime candidate for solar energy. Additionally, solar power is not only environmentally friendly, but also cost-effective in the long term. Unlike fossil fuels, which require continuous investment in fuel and maintenance, solar systems have lower ongoing costs and a longer lifespan, making them an ideal solution for rural electrification. The Yelen project is deploying mini-grids that can provide power to multiple households, schools, and businesses within a village. These mini-grids are customizable, designed to meet the specific energy needs of each community. This ensures that the power is distributed efficiently and sustainably. For more remote areas that may not be able to connect to a mini-grid, standalone solar home systems are being installed. These systems are affordable, easy to install, and have a transformative impact on the lives of rural residents, providing them with the ability to power lights, charge phones, and even run small appliances. How Yelen is transforming lives. The Yelen project is about more than just electricity. It's about radically improving the lives of those who have long been left behind. The impact of the project is far-reaching, touching all corners of society, from education to healthcare, and from economic activity to the overall quality of life. Perhaps the most noticeable impact has been on education. Before the Yelen project, many rural students studied in dimly lit classrooms or by the light of kerosene lamps. This made it difficult for them to focus, let alone excel academically. Now, with access to reliable electricity, schools can stay open longer and students can study in well-lit classrooms. Teachers can prepare lessons using digital tools, and students can access the internet and online learning resources dramatically, improving the educational experience. The introduction of computers and digital learning tools is transforming education in rural Burkina Faso, opening up new possibilities for both teachers and students. In healthcare, the difference is just as profound. Health centers that once struggled to operate in the dark are now equipped with reliable power, allowing them to store vaccines, operate medical devices, and provide much-needed lighting for medical procedures. This has been especially crucial for maternal and child healthcare, where proper lighting and equipment can mean the difference between life and death. With better equipped clinics, rural populations now have access to higher quality healthcare, which is improving overall health outcomes in these communities. The economic benefits of the Yelen project are also significant. Before the advent of reliable electricity, small businesses in rural areas often had to shut down when the sun set. Without the power to run lights, machines, or refrigeration, many businesses struggled to stay afloat. Now, with access to affordable, renewable energy, these businesses can operate longer hours, expanding their customer base and increasing productivity. Small entrepreneurs are also able to use energy-efficient equipment, which lowers operational costs and allows them to reinvest in their businesses. This boost to local economies is fostering job creation and reducing unemployment in rural areas, helping communities move towards self-sufficiency. The role of global partnerships. The success of the Yelen project has been made possible through global partnerships. Key international players, such as the World Bank and the Green Climate Fund, have pledged over $150 million to the project, making it one of the most significant rural electrification initiatives in Africa. This financial support has been crucial in scaling the project and reaching more remote communities that would otherwise remain without power. The World Bank, with its vast experience in infrastructure projects, has played an integral role in the development and implementation of the Yelen project. The bank's expertise in financing large-scale development projects has helped ensure that the initiative is both sustainable and impactful. The Green Climate Fund, which supports low-carbon energy initiatives, has also been instrumental in ensuring that the project remains environmentally responsible. Their backing has helped Burkina Faso transition towards a greener, more sustainable future, reducing its reliance on polluting fossil fuels, a symbol of light and hope. The name Yelen holds deep cultural significance in Burkina Faso. Derived from the Diola language, it translates to light, which couldn't be more fitting for a project that is literally and figuratively lighting up the rural heartlands of the country. The Yelen project is a symbol of hope, a beacon that promises a brighter, more prosperous future for the people of Burkina Faso. By providing renewable and affordable energy, it is creating new opportunities for education, healthcare, and economic growth. It is empowering communities to improve their lives, shaping a future where no one is left in the dark. The future of rural electrification in Africa. The success of the Yelen Rural Electrification Project is not just a milestone for Burkina Faso. It's a model for other African nations struggling with similar energy access challenges. Across the continent, many rural areas remain disconnected from the national power grid, and the need for renewable energy solutions has never been greater. The Yelen project demonstrates that solar power is a viable solution for rural electrification, offering hope for millions of Africans living in energy poverty. As more African countries look to expand their energy infrastructure, the lessons learned from Burkina Faso's experience will be invaluable. The importance of community involvement, the benefits of renewable energy, and the power of international cooperation are all key takeaways that can guide other nations in their own electrification efforts. President Ibrahim Traoré's commitment to improving the lives of Burkina Faso citizens is driving the country forward, and the Yelen project is playing a crucial role in making his vision of a brighter, more inclusive future a reality. This is just the beginning. The Yelen project is set to expand, reaching even more remote communities and bringing the promise of electricity to more rural areas. In a world where energy is key to progress, Burkina Faso is lighting the way for the rest of Africa, empowering rural communities. As we dive deeper into the transformative effects of the Yelen project, it becomes clear that the positive outcomes of bringing electricity to rural Burkina Faso extend far beyond the simple act of lighting up homes. The benefits of the project are profound, especially in areas that have long been deprived of modern infrastructure. Education, healthcare, and economic growth are three critical areas where access to electricity is creating lasting change. Revolutionizing education. Before the Yelen project, education in rural areas of Burkina Faso faced major challenges. The lack of reliable electricity meant that students often had to study under the dim glow of kerosene lamps, or worse, only during daylight hours. This severely limited learning opportunities, especially during the long evenings or in cloudy weather when daylight was scarce. Without access to modern educational resources, many students had to rely solely on textbooks and handwritten notes, creating a gap in their ability to fully engage with the curriculum. Now, with the introduction of solar-powered electricity, the educational landscape in rural Burkina Faso is being transformed. Schools can extend their hours, offering evening classes where students can study with proper lighting. More importantly, the availability of electricity allows schools to integrate technology into their teaching. With access to computers and the internet, students can now explore online learning platforms, gain access to ebooks, and take part in virtual lessons. These advancements significantly enhance their educational experience, opening doors to a broader range of knowledge and skills. The project's impact is not just on students, but also on teachers, who can now use digital resources for lesson planning and teaching, ultimately improving the quality of education across rural areas. Improving healthcare services. In the healthcare sector, the lack of electricity has long been a major obstacle to providing quality care in rural Burkina Faso. Health centers often lacked the ability to store vaccines at the proper temperature, and critical medical equipment was either unavailable or inoperable due to power shortages. This put lives at risk, especially in maternal and child health care, where reliable medical services are essential for saving lives during childbirth or for treating severe illnesses. With the electrification brought about by the Yelen project, rural health centers now have the power to run essential equipment, keep vaccines refrigerated, and maintain proper lighting for medical procedures. More importantly, healthcare workers can access digital tools for diagnosing and treating patients, which leads to more efficient and accurate care. The availability of power also enhances emergency responses, enabling health facilities to operate after dark and respond to critical situations at any time. A particularly significant outcome is the improvement in maternal and child health. With reliable electricity, rural health centers are better equipped to provide care during childbirth, monitor pregnancies, and address emergencies more effectively. These advancements in healthcare are improving outcomes for families, reducing mortality rates, and giving the people of Burkina Faso a better chance at a healthier future, driving economic development. Access to electricity directly impacts economic growth, and the Yelen project is a prime example. In rural Burkina Faso, small businesses have struggled due to limited or no power, relying on costly and unreliable diesel generators. This created financial strain and hindered productivity, blocking entrepreneurship, which is crucial for economic development. The introduction of affordable, reliable solar energy is transforming this landscape. Small businesses now operate longer hours, boosting sales and creating jobs. Entrepreneurs no longer face high fuel costs or power outages, enabling them to focus on growth. This shift is benefiting the wider economy, stimulating commerce and improving livelihoods. Solar-powered electricity is also revitalizing industries, particularly agriculture. Farmers can now power irrigation pumps, process food more efficiently, and store crops at ideal temperatures, reducing waste and enhancing food security. This leads to a more stable and prosperous economy for rural communities. Under the leadership of President Ibrahim Traoré, Burkina Faso is demonstrating what possible when visionary leadership, international collaboration is and sustainable practices come together. The Yelen Rural Electrification Project is just the beginning, with plans to expand and bring electricity to even more remote communities. As the project continues to grow, it will pave the way for a brighter, more sustainable future for all of Burkina Faso and serve as an inspiration for other nations striving to achieve energy access for all. The Yelen Rural Electrification Project is more than just an energy initiative. It's a catalyst for change in Burkina Faso's rural communities. By bringing reliable electricity, it's opening doors to education, healthcare, and economic growth in places that have long been overlooked. Thanks to the leadership of President Ibrahim Traoré and the support of global partners, this project is setting the stage for a brighter future. If you believe in the power of renewable energy and community-driven solutions, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us in supporting initiatives that light up lives across Africa.